Hello and welcome to Magical Marker, a game of Dungeons and Dragons and drawings. We're a bunch of cartoonists and illustrators who won't just be playing the game, but doodling what happens along the way. It's a PG-13 story of teens and tweens on their first big adventure on their own. This week's episode is a satellite event for the Toronto Comic Arts Festival, also known as TCAF. So if you're joining us through TCAF, hello and welcome to the game. It's going to be a chapter, self-contained chapter, so you don't have to know what came before or what comes after. You can just tune in for tonight. But if you enjoy what you see, you can continue along the journey. If you don't know about TCAF, it is a fantastic festival of comics and art that takes place in Toronto every Mother's Day, much to the chagrin of the mothers in Toronto. But it's a fantastic place to go and see and discover wonderful comic artists. So check out the rest of the show because there's a lot of good stuff going on. That's TCAF. If you want to Google that, you can find some cool stuff that's going on. So let's start off by introducing ourselves, where you might know us from art comics wise, and then tell us who you're playing. So we'll start with Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. You might know me from my books, Manfred the Man, which I don't have a copy of, but Brian is nice enough to hold one up for me. And tonight I will be playing Zip, who is a 16-year-old drow fighter.
And Priscilla.
Hi, I'm Priscilla. I am an artist who works primarily in the tabletop and book cover section of the industry, and I think my stuff is mostly on the screen or on the drawing board. But today I am playing Loondariel, the 17-year-old half-elf bard.
Thank you, Priscilla. And Boya, who are you?
Who am I? You might know my work from the 5-World graphic novel series. Here it is. If you haven't checked it out, now is a great time because our 5th and final book is coming out this year. So the series is going to be over and you can read the whole thing. And also my other book, if you want to check out, is Casmanites. So this one is a little slightly younger audience, but both are sci-fi fantasy adventure stories. But I'm playing a character named Bug, and he is a warlock bugbear, and he's 12 years old.
And just to give Boya a plug there, both my kids give your books the big thumbs up. They've enjoyed them a lot.
Yay, thank you. Thank you, Brian.
And Matt.
Hi, my name's Matt. I'm a Toronto-based comic artist and illustrator. I'm from Australia, though, and lived here for a few years now. I primarily have been making a comic called Metalbeard, which is... Give me a second, I just have to shuffle things around. I've got multiple happening. So yeah, The Saga of Metalbeard is the name of the book, and follows the story of a young Viking warrior who loses his beard in a tragic swoop accident and then has to forge a new one out of metal. It's also sci-fi action adventure and comedy as well, obviously, but yeah, a lot of fun stuff. But I play in the game a character named Swell, who's a 15-year-old Water Ganassi cleric who worships the god Sunder. And yeah, that's me and my character.
Saga of Metalbeard was Ignatz nominated last year, wasn't it? Or was the year before?
Yeah, 2 years ago, because there was no SPX last year.
Yeah, the COVID doesn't stretch of time.
Yeah, it's like it's been 4 years already somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, 2019 was last year, pretty sure.
Feels like it, yeah.
I always forget that it was nominated for an Ignatz at SPX 2 years ago for Best Comic, I believe. Didn't win, sadly, but that's okay because there was a lot of other very good books up for the award as well. So.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
My one claim to fame.
And I'll be your dungeon mancer for tonight. My name is Brian, and the book I want to tell you guys about comes out in less than a month, so I'm really excited about it. It's called Complete the Quest, The Poisonous Library, and you get to pick 3 of 6 different characters to go on your adventure. So a group effort is a heroic effort here, and you get to try and figure out where they go on the map. So like in most game books, you get to choose by picking and putting your finger in between the pages and flipping back and forth and see what option you got. With this one, it's all laid out visually, and you get to figure out where you want to go on a sort of a map. This is one of the maps that you get to see is this Dungeon Dragon. So if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons or dragons that are dungeons, the book might be for you. There are also comic pages that give you the sort of the story and the stakes of what goes on in the book, why you should care about the quest. But I'll be playing all of the NPCs tonight, including the companion of the group, Sutran, who is a magically animated severed hand from a sorcerer from decades ago, who is looking for a way to sorcerer herself back a body. With that, we're going to launch into our fantastic intro, and then I'll catch us up with where we are in the adventure when we come back. So, Matt, do we get to see your awesome animated intro?
Yes, we do. Here we go.
Welcome back. Let's do our recap. You guys have been, well, it's been so many days you can't even count since your mentors were kidnapped and you were sent hurtling across the world of Haelon to the tropical Rainbow Archipelago. Your recent leg of the journey has been aboard a sloop called the Money, with its tattooed crew sailing for the island of Bright Palm, where you hope to find out more about how you might rescue your mentors from their crystalline prison. Along the way, you found a shipwrecked werebear, stowaway sprites, and interceded in a pirate attack to save a galleon from leathery-skinned sun vampire pirates. And a few days ago, you saw a blessing of the storm god Sunder in the night sky, gracing you with good winds for more than a day. That was until you hit a sudden storm, which rocked your boat and set you far off course. At first, Swell wondered if he had done something to anger his god, but as you sail across the Cerulean Sea, it occurs to you that you were set off course on purpose. For before you is a wondrous sight, a gigantic tree growing out of the ocean. Large nests dot the sky tree, or the sea tree, the sky tree? I'm not sure. Let's go sea tree. And you spot bird people, aaracokra, flying around in the sky. Swell, your mentor Osprey told you about this place. It is a holy site for those who worship Loondariel, the ghost tree, but is also the final resting place of a Paladin of Sunder. Much like the tomb of King Nevo, where you started your adventure, there should be a place up there filled with challenges to test to see if you're worthy to acquire the magical belongings of Kruva Sky Splitter, which may help you on your quest, and you feel as if Sunder is nudging you down this path. These grave sites of the great and gifted are set up by Death, the god of beginnings and endings, and perhaps you can find a new chapter in your story by finding the end chapter of somebody else's. It's not long before you dock. At that dock at the bottom, there's one other large boat and a small boat beside it. And you guys now feel free to talk amongst yourselves, ask questions, do things.
I can't believe we found this place.
You've heard of this place before?
Yeah, Osprey told me about it when I was little. It's well, it's all the things Brian just said. Amazing.
Oh wow, that does sound amazing.
The guy sure sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
I think we have to check it out. I don't know. I know we have to get Arnie Britta, but I think we have to go in.
What? Why? Why do you think that? What do you think is in there?
If we can prove ourselves in the tomb of the fallen paladin of Sunder, listen.
I suppose it's one of these religious pilgrimage things for you, then.
Well, let me put it like this: if you had like one place in the entire world where you wanted to play to an audience with your guitar there, where would that be?
I suppose it would have to be in the enormous Palladium, in the. Well, I'm trying to desperately remember any of the world building.
I'll say
Somewhere in the
whatever's-
Basilic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is my Palladium, I think. This is the
Well,
first one.
Well, what are the chances that we just come across this?
It's some kind of crazy event.
Fate moves in mysterious ways. I can tell you that much.
Did you know it was gonna be in the sea, in this part of the ocean?
No, I did not. I had no idea.
Is it one of those things that moves around? Like some of the other things that we've seen?
Not as far as you know.
How come your mentor never brought you here before?
It was too far away.
Well,
What's
yeah,
the-
let's go plunder this, sacred site then. Let's go steal some of Sunder's treasure. Let's do it.
Well, it's not Sunder's treasure.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right. It's
looking-
our treasure.
It will be if we can get through the thing, all the tests that we got to do. And I'm assuming that we've like docked by now.
Sure.
Okay. Then,
Are we next to the other boat?
Yeah, you're on the other side of the dock from the large boat.
Do we recognize the boat?
You do not recognize the boat. It has a crew of elves on it who are probably from the Basilic Kingdom.
Oh,
Have we abandoned the sea hag by this point?
Yes.
looks like other people got here before us. They might get the treasure.
How popular is this place?
Well, there is.
Sunder will come up. Oh.
It's not. It's a holy site, but somewhere around here is a crypt, a hidden crypt. So people may just be coming to pay their respects to the tree, or they may be coming to do some trading.
Okay, I guess I have a DM question. Would it be acceptable for a group of youths to break into this tomb and
Absolutely.
rob
You
it?
are encouraged to do that. You are expected to do that. In this
Okay.
world, the idea is that anybody who is strong enough, smart enough, and gifted enough to acquire the goods of heroes of long past have passed a test and have proven themselves and deserve it.
Okay. Then let's go find it, everyone.
Is there anyone on the other boat?
Yeah, there are some elves that are, singing songs and,
Can I talk to them? I'm gonna wave at them.
how's it going?
Good. Are you here for the treasure, or are you here for
Good
other
man,
reasons?
what is wrong with it?
I just been drinking a lot of seawater. We haven't had a rain in a little while. Yeah, we're
Compose
stocking up.
yourself.
We're stocking up on supplies here, and then continuing on our way.
Doing some trading, getting some of their aaracokra feathers.
Do you
Highly
have some
prized
fresh
and,
water now, or are you still drinking the seawater?
I was joking about that. It's just my voice. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna. Okay, I was gonna make you some water, but that's okay.
I know
alright.
enough not to drink seawater.
Okay. It was okay. I'm just gonna nod awkwardly and start walking away.
Do they know about the treasure? I mean, we don't want everyone to be looking for it, right? Is it?
Oh, well, what is it, like a secret that there's treasure here?
No, I
Yeah.
think everyone
Yes.
knows.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, well, forget I said
Oh,
anything.
Does Swell only know because he's a cleric of Sunder?
Because Osprey told him. So, it's not, it's a secret to the world at large, but, people in the know, adventurers like your mentor would know about this place.
Did they?
And there's
Yeah.
a place out, you see people drinking out front of this place called the Borderline. And they're just sort of hanging out around the front, singing and talking about.
Did she say where the treasure might be?
No, I think that's the first test. Is we got to go up there and figure out how to get in the tomb. So
Do
let's
the people hanging out in front of the borderline look like locals, or like they're people?
No, those are
around?
elves that are hanging out there. There are a few
Okay.
aaracokra flying around, and they fly in through this window here.
Mhm.
And
Do
come out
they
that way.
look like the same sort of aaracokra as Osprey, or are they different looking?
All the different types of birds of the rainbow, there's so many different colors of birds, so many different types of birds.
All right, I'm going to go and case the joint, make sure that it's safe for entry.
All right, you guys wander over to the Borderline. It's like a combination food hall, tavern, general store, all that sort of stuff in one building. You quickly discover that it's for most of the residents live up in the nests, and it's quite difficult to climb up there unless you can, climb like a spider or fly like a bird. And so they have this area down here for traders who come, local people who are not local will meet up with the locals here.
So this building doesn't go into the tree. It's just next to the tree.
Yes.
Right. Well, that's inconvenient.
So the whole thing is just a big tree. There's no other surfaces.
There's the tree, and then you can see if you see how small that huge ship looks, it's a very large tree with branches full with nests and leaves and stuff like that.
Especially I was going to go in and try to find someone who looks like they live here. So probably an aaracokra of some kind. And start trying to ask if... Hello, Even, do you know of any hidden tombs around here by any chance?
He's a toucan.
Sure, there's a toucan person. It's like, oh, another one? Ah, what is good? When it rains, it pours. Yeah.
Have there been so many then?
Oh, there was a guy who arrived earlier today on the little boat.
Oh, just one person? Oh, we can take him out easy then.
We can commit a murder, it's fine.
He's climbing up to the top right now. Last I saw him.
Is it at the top then?
Yeah.
And he, well, I guess he's in the building now, so we can't really see, but the very top of the benches, and I assume there's no stairs built into this trunk.
No. He is a fit young Wantee. Should be able to climb. Pretty strong looking fellow.
Seems very easy. He kind of says to the rest of the party, it seems very easy for a hidden temple. I'm sure this isn't a red herring.
I don't think it's meant to be hidden. I think it's it's just the final resting place of this person. So I think the actual there is a hidden part to it, but I mean, it shrugs heavily as well. Just like we got to get up there first. I think that's the first trick, is to get up there.
Can we get our insect bug friend to give us a lift?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You do have a crew that includes a insect man who is a dragonfly. He's been able to help you fly one at a time before.
Yeah. Where are the crew members? Like, they're just hanging out on the boat, or did they get off?
They're just hanging out on the boat. Well, let's say that guy's here with you.
Okay.
He's like,
Yeah, I'm sure they want to rest since we get off. They probably went to get something to drink or something. But yeah, hey, Mr. Dragonfly Man, do you mind giving us a lift to the up to the top of the tree?
Now, the Sectons don't speak your language, so the captain, Aelric Highfeather, does the translation for you, and he shrugs, makes a motion like this.
Okay. Well, who wants to go?
I mean, you can go first,
All right, fine. Take me up.
unless we want to like ask some questions here first. But
Wait, can I ask the toucan man if he can give me a lift?
I don't think that would be fair. If you have a ride, you have a ride, but that young gentleman I don't want to interfere in your race.
Are there any other aaracokra in the building?
Yep, there are a bunch of them.
I'm going to go ask a different one.
All right, so give me a persuasion check or intimidation check or whatever you're using to try and endear yourselves or frighten people.
I'll do a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh.
Carry us up or I'm gonna beat you up.
I got a 4. I'm going to go to like the next aaracokra and be like, excuse me, ma'am, may I please get a ride to the top of the tree?
We do not do such things. We are not pack animals.
Oh, like you personally, or like you as the collective you?
I think I speak for everyone here.
Hmm.
She doesn't speak for everyone here. She does on that, but she's always... You be quiet, Malou.
What if? Okay, no, I have a plan. I'm gonna find the buffest looking bird. I'm gonna challenge them to an arm wrestle, and if I win, they have to fly me to the top of the tree.
All right, so aaracokra have wings, but they also have arms.
Okay.
So you find one that has like super buff arms.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, you want to challenge me? Okay.
I've been training
Let's
for
go.
this. I've been training for this for weeks.
All right. So roll a strength check or athletics check.
Oh my god! I got a 7.
A 7. 1, 2, 3, go. Ha ha ha. Oop. Taps you on the forehead. Good try, little one.
I'm gonna find the second most buff bird and try it again.
Who's going largest to small?
That bird was like an albatross or something.
It was Big Bird.
It was big.
I'm gonna try and find someone who looks a little bit shabbier than the rest, and be like, "Would you like to earn a little bit of extra coin? My friends and I use the word loosely, mind you, would like a trip to the top of the top of the tree, and while we have a companion who may help with that, I don't want to burden him with everyone."
They lean over. They say, "Of course not," and they lean over and go, "How much?"
How much would you be willing to do it for? I lower my voice as well.
100 gold. There's great
Really?
treasure
With
up
100
there.
gold, you could. With 100. Yes, but are you getting it? I don't see you getting it.
Oh, I'm trying to get this treasure instead.
You realize that with 100 gold, you could probably buy out all the rooms in the tavern. That's not a fair price. How about I give you, let's say, yeah, thinks about it. The passage to the ship is, well, what was the passage? It was like
I think that was 100.
100 gold per room for us for the entire day. So
I think we're sharing a room.
Yeah. About 5 gold per person. That's honestly, this is loving me, but
My dignity is
but
worth more than that.
your what?
Dignity.
No.
I guess you don't understand that word. And they get up and walk away.
Anyway, Swell's gone
But this-
outside and he's like
No.
cracked his fingers and he's looking at the tree and he's going to start climbing it.
Out of character, I actually didn't hear what you said, so
I know.
no,
I'm
but-
going to role play it as if you did, as Boreal didn't hear. But at this point, I want to flash to where Bug is. So, Bug, you've never been up so high, held so gently before. There's this the buzzing of the wings as you get up really high in this tree. You go
Okay.
up past many nests, and there are other bird people that are flying around. And he circles around looking for something, and there's a little glint of sunlight on something golden in the center of the tree. And he flies you over towards that. And you can see that there is a enormous golden bird cage. Except for in between the gaps, there is not space, but stained glass windows. And there is a large golden doorway that you could go into. And in front of that is a large wooden branch.
Okay.
And he sets you down on that branch and takes off.
I'm like, he takes off.
Yep.
Can you bring the others here? This is it. Thanks. I yell as he leaves, I guess. Or I guess no, he can't understand. So I just yell.
Oh, I think he can understand us. We just can't understand him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought the captain had to translate what I was saying.
He seems to understand some stuff, but he's not as fluent.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
so you guys are down there at the bottom. Can Swell give me an athletics check to see your climbing?
Sure. All right. That is an 11.
11. You managed to get, up the very first part. Like you're now on the roof of the building.
So I've climbed up the building rather than the tree?
Well, the building's up against the tree.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you start off by hopping up on a barrel, and the barrel onto some crates, and the crates onto the roof of the building, and then the building, and then you go over to the tree, and you're starting to climb up the tree a little bit. And you've managed to do that with that roll. You're doing okay. You've got a good start going. Then your Secdon friend flies back down, and you see him go into the tavern. Picks up East Boreal, if East Boreal will allow themselves to be picked up.
I mean, this is what I was trying to do the entire time, although I wanted to make a persuasion check before.
You get flown up. All right. What's East Boreal's passive perception?
Not good, it was like 13 or something. 14.
14? 14's not bad. On your way up, you spot pretty close to the top, as you're coming in on that golden bird cage, you spot a Yuan-Ti climbing up on the bottom of one of the branches, pulling himself along. He's got like tiger claws that he's using to pull himself along, like metal things on his hands. And he seems to have a lot of speed.
I wave at him as I go by. It's a little
Ah.
brainwave.
He seems very focused on what he's doing. And you get dropped off at the cage. Then the Zip, you're looking for somebody to arm wrestle or to badger into taking you up, and nobody seems to be taking you up on that offer. And then your buddy comes back again, and Zerb picks you up, and Zerb flies you up to the top. If you're okay with this.
Yeah. I'm going to shout obscenities at the aaracokra as I'm leaving.
All right.
You're too weak for me anyway. I could have beat you. I was going easy on you.
How far do I get
I'm going to burn all my
doing
bridges.
all these trips?
Give me another strength athletics check.
Okay, that's better. That's an 18.
19. Okay, there's a pretty difficult part where you've got to get around this big, thick trunk around to the side to where you can start climbing up on a bit of a slope rather than so that, you're not just going straight up. And you manage to get over there, at which point you get to that curve and Zerb's just standing there.
All right, I'll do that. Up. Like a little baby in armor.
All right. Zerb flies you up to the top where there's you can see, and your passive perception I think is even better because you're a cleric, so you have high wisdom, and you spot the Swampy, and he has now pulled himself over top of the branch and is running along it, and he looks familiar. He looks like a Wanti who you know from your back from when you were on an island where there was a temple to Sunder, and there was a guy you didn't like who ran the temple, but you got along with this guy who worked there. I don't know if you remember.
That's the guy that I remember.
You remember this guy? Like he worked at the temple that you didn't like. His name is Gavos Wickedwind, and he used to go surfing with you and hang out with you, and he was pretty jokey and chill. And he's now running along to this big bird cage.
And am I within like yelling distance?
Sure.
Like, oh hey man,
Oh no!
hey what's up?
How's it going?
Oh I'm like this thing flown by the bug man. Like,
I guess I'll meet you at the bird cage.
oh yeah, for sure. See you there, and then I'll do the hang 10 sign at him.
And he gives it back. So you guys are all standing around this door, and your last member of the party arrives, and you can see running along this tree branches, this Wanti, and sort of like not a full out run, like a comfortable jog. Swell, how's it going? And he comes in like this to give you like a
Big
handshake,
bro
pat
hug.
on the back.
Yeah.
And, oh, wow. I'm
Yeah,
surprised to see you here. I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah, it's great. It's so wow. Yeah. So what brings you here?
Oh, Tempest Brumblesong had this vision of this place, and that there was something inside, some magical items and stuff, and I'm supposed to come and get them.
Ah.
How about you?
Yeah, we thought we'd test our might and try it out. 'Cause
I guess you kind of beat me here, but I'm going to try and beat you to it.
Well, okay.
Or maybe we can split if there's lots of stuff.
Yeah, that sounds better. And I'll kind of look towards Eusburial and the rest of the group. Like Zip's kind of like rubbing.
Can I get a
like,
read on Swell and see if he's like actually reluctant to this, or if he's wants to send this person away?
Sure, Swell.
Yeah.
Eusburial wants trying to read your body language. Do you
sure.
like?
I roll like a 9.
Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm skimming my thing again real quick because I can't remember. I remember there was one person I didn't get along with, but one person I did.
Yeah, you get along with this guy. You don't get along with his boss.
Okay.
So you probably don't want him taking things back to his boss, but
Right.
he has sent somebody who you like to thwart you, basically, is how you're feeling about this.
I'm gonna go up to Swell and just do a sneaky you want me to take care of this guy?
Nah, this guy's cool. He's good. His boss is a complete dick, but this guy's great.
Yeah, he's a total ding dang.
Yeah. Sorry, I said the bad word, Prince Sunder. Sorry, I shouldn't have. That was mean. But yeah, he's.
I kind of strum a little, not actually bring up the bow for this, and I say to the Yuan-Ti, well, it does seem like it'd be very hard for all of us to be jingling around in there all the same time. Wouldn't it be a better idea for you to just hang out at the inn the rest of the day for the rest of the day today? I'm going to cast suggestion on him.
All right. What's the saving throw I need to go?
13.
13?
13.
No, I got to do this. It took me so long to get up here. I'm sorry. I don't think I can sit this one out. I'm on like a holy quest, pretty motivated here.
Look, I know it's weird that we all arrived here at the same time, but this guy's cool, man. Honestly,
he's run over to the door and is now running his fingers along the outside of the door frame on the embossed lettering and stuff.
How cool is he, Swell?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and shoulder the guy out of the way and then start doing what he was doing.
Don't crowd my wave. What's your problem?
I'll crowd whoever's wave I want. Get out of my way. We were here first. I'll push you off this tree.
I was on this tree way before you were.
Probably too.
No, you weren't. You're mistaken.
Listen, let's just
Gaslight,
work together.
gatekeep, girl boss.
Let's just work together.
I
think that'll be better.
Anybody can make a history check if you would like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 17.
5.
Well, there's
Zipper
nothing
members.
about no one.
As you're looking for sort of a way to open it, you remember that one of the things you have to do is when you're entering a tomb of one of these great heroes of the past, you're supposed to say something about them and why you're here to visit and vocalize it. And then sometimes the door will open.
Right. Swell, whose tomb was this again?
Kruva Sky Splitter.
All right, I'll say Scruva Sky Splitter. This is Zip reporting for duty. I'm here to raid your tomb. Let me in.
The door opens.
Oh, nice.
See, that's how it's done.
It's Boreal Snickers behind us. It says, "Raid your tomb."
And I'm gonna sidle on in. And I'm gonna give the Wanty guy one of these as I go past.
All right. So this is what you see when you go inside. I'm going to try and paste in a picture here.
That's pretty.
Wow.
Hey, you really went all out with this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I'm not used to doing non-flat coloring, but I thought with all this stained glass, I kind of was forced to. Inside the cage, the stained glass casts rainbow reflections. There are golden pegs at various places along the sides. At the very top, you see a giant bird eyeing you.
Oh, are we walking around in bird poo?
Surprisingly, no. That's a good question. You look down at the floor, and there's not a drop.
Is the bird alive?
It seems to be alive, and it speaks. It says, "Come for Kruva's tests, have you? Very well. Let's prove your owl-like wisdom. Let's begin with some riddles. I'm the bird that sounds like I'm always eating and drinking. What am I?"
Thinking.
A swallow!
Ah, shut up! I nearly had that. I'm gonna punch him.
Yeah, sure you did. Very good. Well done.
Didn't know
Second riddle. Add 2 letters to a predator's food to make it into a raptor. What is it? Sutran is comes out and has got some chalk and is writing on the floor and writes prey.
Instead of predators.
A predator's
Right,
food.
But add 2 letters to make it a
Yes.
raptor?
hmm
Osprey.
Correct. Oh, I almost had that one. That was your master's name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pretty cool.
Hold on. You know she's missing?
No, I said she was pretty cool when we met.
Okay. Insight check.
I didn't know she's missing? Sure, give me an insight check.
He's talking about her like he knows she's gone somewhere. That's only a 10.
10. Seems suspicious.
Okay. Yeah. Big, huge story. It's fine. We'll deal with it later.
My third riddle. People think both of us birds are crazy. What are we?
Loons?
And cuckoos?
Cuckoos?
I was just about to say that.
I do a discreet, like, behind the back high five with zip. Or at least I try to offer my hand. Yeah.
Well done. Your next riddle. Parrots talk, but I'm a more trusted messenger. What kind of bird am I?
A messenger pigeon?
Pigeon?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yes. That is correct. Speaking in pigeon, where the pigeon is good.
Uh,
I'm a bird of prey, or what a merchant does to his wares. What am I?
Hawk.
Oh, you're getting very good at these. Let's see if you can get my final riddle. I'm a foul beast whose name is a warning from up high. What am I?
A foul beast whose name is a warning from up high? Is that what you said?
Yep.
a crow? They're not very dirty, though.
No, not a crow.
Oh.
Well, like from up high.
Sorry, one more time.
The bird doesn't answer, but you can do an intelligence check to remember it.
Swells strong suit.
7. Does anyone else remember it?
I'm a foul boost whose call is a warning from up on high.
Sutran writes a word down on the ground.
And the word is?
You can see on the art page.
So, well, we knew it was going to be a bird. Everything else has been. That's...
Well, what are some fowls? Waterfowl?
A warning from up high. A siren? No. That's also very too techy.
Like a lighthouse?
Whose cry is a warning from on high.
Cacaw? Is that a bird? I'm operating with a -1 intelligence here. I mean, a fowl is... No, a fowl is not what we
Who?
need here.
I mean, they're not dirty either, but they are owls.
Oh, duck!
It's kind of a fun...
As you yell duck, the bird from up high swoops down super fast. I want everybody to make a reflex saving throw.
Oh, sorry,
You mean
what are we
What's
making?
Reflex saving throw. You all have to duck.
Dex.
You're talking about dexterity
Oh, I
saving
got a
throw?
nat 20.
Yeah, sorry, dexterity saving throw. I'm using
I have a little bit of
a bit of a brain fart going back to 3.5
yeah.
saving throws.
No worries. I just had to double check because I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if it was something else.
Sorry.
Six from Swell.
All right. Anybody who got less than 13? Nobody got less than 13?
Oh,
I
wait,
mean,
wait.
yeah, I did.
And bug.
Anybody who got less than 13, the bird swoops down with its beak and does 7 points of damage with its beak or claws, and just comes down and then flies back up to its perch.
What the hell? We got them right.
Yes,
So it's part of a challenge. Isn't
you
it?
should have ducked.
It did tell you to duck. I told you to duck.
You have proven yourself with mind. Now you must prove your body in battle. Let's go. And he swoops down. Let's roll for initiative.
Fight. Very slowly. 7.
God. 6. I'm getting my actual dice.
Oh my gosh.
because the D&D dice.
12.
What was your zip?
8.
8. All right. So, I got to roll for your wavy friend. Okay. So, going first is Boya. So, Bug, you get to go first.
Nice. To attack the birds. Is that what?
It's threatened to attack you. So, yeah.
I'm gonna do a Eldritch Blast onto
All right. Roll to hit.
19.
Your blast goes up and hits it pretty hard. Give me some damage.
8.
8. All right. You strike it with your force energy. Bonus action, or are we going to pass it along to Zip?
Pass it along.
Okay, Zip, you're up.
So the bird is like up the top of the cage, or has
Yes.
it swooped down?
It's still up at the top of the cage. So you have a couple of options there. If you remember, there are pegs along, so you could try to jump up and jump from peg to peg and try and rush up and attack it by making some crazy parkour moves, or you could ready an attack for if it comes down, you're going to get a swipe at it, but you'll only get one swipe.
I'm gonna chuck a hand axe at it.
All right, you can do that.
15.
15 is a hit.
All right. And it takes 6 damage. And I'm gonna say, "Come down here and fight me like a man."
I am a bird, not a man.
You're gonna wish you were a man once I'm done with you, roast chicken.
Make any sense?
He's Boreal.
That's why I don't have the what's
No.
it called?
Vicious Mockery.
My vicious mockery.
So East Boreal, you just said that Zip was not good at what they're doing. Are you giving them bardic inspiration?
No.
Expiration.
No, not at the moment.
Okay, so it's your turn. Swell, you're on deck.
How far away is this bird? Feet-wise?
It is like 30 feet away.
Mhm.
30 feet up.
I will say, I look up, to my head back, crane back at the bird, and say, "You may not be a bird, but you are certainly are. Or you may not be a man, but you're certainly comporting yourself like a yellow-bellied duck." He sounds very uncertain as he says this, but
How is that better than what I said? I feel like it was worse.
Zip's upset.
That was a vicious mockery, right?
Yeah.
And so I failed my
13.
saving throw on that.
That's how it worked.
It was more insulting. It's like,
But duck!
it's if you could see its like thought balloon over its head, it'd be like thinking, I didn't even get a good insult. I'm not even worth thinking about to come up with a good insult over. Oh my goodness.
Also, as usual, I rolled a 1 on my vicious mockery, so damage.
All right.
It's only mildly burned by this, but he does have a disadvantage of his next attack roll. So.
Okay. And do you have a bonus action?
Sure. I will. Who's coming up next?
Swell.
I look at Swell and say, "This is your temple. Shouldn't you be taking the lead on this?" And you have an inspiration.
Nice.
All right, Swell. What's up?
Did we agree that it's a bonus action to don a shield, or is that... I can't remember what we decided upon.
Yeah, you can have a shield.
Cool. My shield is equipped. Then I'm going to shoot...
I'm going to say it's part of a move action. So if you're pinned, you can't do it.
Right.
But so long as you're moving, you can do it.
Sorry, real quick. Is there any kind of thing to duck behind here, or is it just open space? Okay.
Open space. You could go back to the doorway.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Take cover then.
I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
All right.
Which is another bonus action, but I'll cast it like right next to the thing. Like right next to the bird as it's coming down, or in its path. So as it's coming down, it'll have to like go past it.
So there's a crackling thing of energy, and a ghostly warhammer image appears beside the bird and takes a swing at it.
Yep. So that's range spell attack. Okay, see, first roll with my actual dice, and I get a 19, which is
19. Nice.
Great. But that's just the roll. What is my bonus? Where are my bonuses? Where did they go?
It's a D8 damage.
Yeah, so that's 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. I had to find
19 was a hit.
Okay. So 8 plus 3, so that's 6 damage.
All right. Every little bit helps. Then it's the bird's turn. And the bird swoops down and attacks you guys. So it's going to do a claw and 2 beak attacks. Swell, what's your armor class with the shield now?
18.
18. All right. So you hold up your shield. What does your shield look like anyways? I've forgotten.
It's kind of that like the V shape. I can't remember what shape that is.
Is there anything painted on it, or?
Oh, it would be like the symbol of Sunder, which in my mind looks like a storm cloud with lightning crackling out of it, and maybe a couple of buff arms out the side, but
yes,
not really.
You hold that up, and the bird comes down, and boom! It pecks its beak right into that shield, like because you get it up in time, and then the claw comes from underneath, and you can't get that one in time. If you get clawed for 6 points of damage, and then it comes in with the other claw, but you're ready with the shield, and you block that one as well, and then it retreats back up to the top.
I just want to check how much was that damage when it came down at us before?
You all got the same damage. I think it was 7. Was that right?
Okay.
8? 8? Okay. Because it's leaving, and you're threatening the space with a weapon, you get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Zip, you would get one as well.
Ooh.
I don't think that you've brought your weapon out yet, have you, Bug?
No. I didn't bring it.
I'm pretty sure I miss it with a natural 1.
21.
21 hits.
And that's 7 damage.
All right. Then your Wanty buddy does a parkour move and jumps up and holds onto one of the pegs and then starts pulling himself up like this. And then it's like, oh, and he drops to the ground like, oh, my arms still feel like rubber.
You suck.
Top of the round, it's Bug's turn.
Can I cast Earthbind on this bird?
Perfect use.
I believe you can, yes.
This
Alright.
is literally what it's made for.
Cast Earthbind, yay.
All right.
So yellow stripes of energy loop around the creature. And you
should've
have
done.
to
Oh, well.
succeed a strength saving throw.
All right. What number do I need to beat?
13.
Ooh, this is going to be close. I'm going to check my modifier here. You pull it down to the ground.
Nice.
Nice. Well done.
That is your action. Do you want to move?
No.
Okay.
Am I right next to it?
Yeah, you like it is so big that like you basically all have to sort of go to the up like the outside of the circle that you're in. You're all sort of between, like it's between you and the wall.
Okay. I mean, that's
Or
fine.
no, you're between it and the wall.
I'm against the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it is Zip's turn.
All right. Well, I'm just going to start wailing on it if it's on the ground.
Okay. Now this means it can't fly, but it doesn't mean it's held or anything, right?
Yeah. That's a 23 to hit.
Sorry, it's a what to hit? 23?
23
Yeah, that's a hit.
for 12 damage. And then I'm going to use my action surge to hit it again.
All right, go for it.
That's a 19 to hit
Another hit.
and 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
Hit.
So that was your action and bonus action?
Yeah.
All right, so it's Esporial's turn.
Esporial gives a little to Bug for the use of the spell. Bug gets an inspiration, and then I think Esporial just does like that kind of slow Beerman nod, and then he strolls on by to slap Swell on the back and casts. Just cast Cure Wounds at level 1.
Thank you.
That will be. Don't thank me yet. I did all 5 points back to you.
Honestly, it's 5 more than I had. So.
Is that going to end your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
If there's space, I'll try to move back. But
You're out the door basically, right?
yes, I was.
Okay.
Or just outside, so I can see, but hopefully have some cover.
So you can either like if you want to move back, then you'd be like sort of more in line with sight of the door. But if you want to be just around the corner of the door, then you're going to have like 3/4 cover.
Can I get a half cover if I poke my head around?
You'd prefer to have half cover?
Well,
Like-
it's just I prefer to be able to see.
Well, no, you'd have line of sight on the bird. You would have 3/4 cover from it attacking you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, then yes, I would like to do that.
Okay. So then it's going to be Swell's turn.
Okay. So the things like kind of captured by these things, is it being brought down to the ground or is it descending still?
Its wings have been bound and it's down on the ground, but it is not immobile by any stretch. Like it is.
Okay. Its
It's like
speed is
fighting a
reduced to
chicken
0.
now.
Yeah, its speed is reduced to 0, I think, but it's not incapacitated or anything like that.
I thought I just read that it's flying speed.
For the duration of the spell. And any flying creature is brought down to the ground safely. It's not like it's like slammed to the ground or anything.
Yeah.
It does say flying spell, so presumably it could still walk or flying speed.
Oh, is it just flying speed? Apologies.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
Okay.
it bound everything and stopped it from moving.
No, that would be pretty powerful for a 2nd level spell. It'd be like the same thing as a hold person, except for a hold monster.
The target must succeed in a strength saving throw, or its flying speed, if any, is reduced to 0 for the spell's duration. Okay. Okay. Never mind. Bonus action. I think it's a bonus action to bring that.
I think you can move it 15 feet, so it comes halfway down.
Okay. So, and how tall is the creature?
Large.
Okay. So it's still a ways to go.
Yeah.
Before it reaches. Okay. So yeah, I'll just keep bringing the spiritual weapon down.
It's either 15 or 20 feet. I know it's not 30 feet.
20 feet.
Or maybe it's 20 feet.
Yeah. And then I will make an attack roll.
You pull out your warhammer and take a swing at it.
Okay. And sorry, is it D8 for your bardic inspiration?
6.
D6. Okay. Ugh. All right. I think it's a total of 13 to hit.
13. That is a hit.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Its armor class is 13.
Perfect. 9 points of damage.
All right. Now it's its turn.
Oh, and I'm going to move into a spot where I'm like flanking with Zip or something like that.
Okay. It rears up its head and it just goes. And all of you, like, it is an assault on your ears. And so I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
That.
19.
11.
6.
20.
What was that, Priscilla?
20. Natural.
20?
Yeah.
Okay. So Priscilla and Zip,
Natty.
you both are not stunned. But because you got lower than 14, Bug and Swell, you're like, and like for a round, you just are unable to focus. You're considered stunned. Then it's going to attack. It's going to attack the stunned people. So the people who brought it down to the ground.
Do I also
does
lose
it-
concentration on the?
Well, if it hits, we'll deal with that. Priscilla, do I have disadvantage or the next person has advantage?
For stunt?
No, for your spell.
Oh, that would have taken place on back
Okay.
with I think it was Swell before. I didn't do a vicious mockery or anything last round.
It is unhappy with Bug from having been brought to the ground. So, Bug, what's your armor class?
13.
13. All right. So it hits with a beak and hits with a claw. So I'm going to need a couple of saving throws here in order to maintain your concentration. A couple of concentration checks. So the first one does 5 damage, and the second one does 6 damage. So you're going to need to roll over a 10 on a d20.
Just a normal d20.
Yeah. What is it? Is there a? Do you add your Constitution bonus to that?
No, I don't have it. So Constitution save. I got an 8.
An 8. Priscilla, do you remember? On concentration checks, I never play spellcasters.
Yeah, it's a Constitution save.
Constitution
it's
saving throw.
At least 10.
So with your Constitution bonus, do you make it, Bug?
No, I have 0. I don't have a bonus, so it's 8.
All right, so you lose concentration on your spell.
No.
And that's 11 points of damage this turn.
Oh no.
Actually,
Wait,
you can wait. He has bardic inspiration though,
Oh, okay.
so you can roll a d6 to add that to your saving throw.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh. Wait, d6. Okay.
You remember back to Riddle nodding approvingly at you. And it fills your heart with...
I got a 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's the first check. Second hit,
Oh.
you need to roll over 10 again.
Oh no. Oh, 13.
50.
All right.
There
So you
go.
do maintain concentration. You're starting to lose concentration. You get hit and you're like, oh, but you look over and you see Priscilla, character East Boreal, looking at you going like that. Or like, you got this. Or like, you better have this. That's probably more like
Yeah.
it.
more of that.
And you hold that energy and you maintain the bind on that flying creature.
Just a quick question. Did what's his face get an attack on the bird, or is he trying to get away while the bird's distracted?
So he comes after the bird. He rolled a 1 on his initiative roll.
Okay.
So last turn, what he did was try to get up to him by climbing up, but I had a terrible roll on that. So I, story-wise, read that as, his arms were rubbery and couldn't pull himself up.
Oh, I just wanted to see if he
up.
was trying to like get one up on us and escape while we were busy or something like that. But
So that was last round. Now it's his turn. And for his turn, he jumps onto the back of it and starts wailing on it with his mace that he has. And he hits it for some damage. And now it is Bug's turn again.
I'm gonna. So I still have the bird help.
You're stunned.
Oh, I'm
You
stuck.
can't do anything. So actually, sorry, you lose your turn. This turn, unfortunately. Zip, it's your turn.
does he get to roll a save to see if he breaks out of it?
No, it just lasts one turn.
Okay.
Can I try and flank with the 1T guy?
Yeah, you could.
All right.
That would mean you have to go underneath it.
Okay, yeah.
he's
I'll
on
go
his
I'll
back.
go right underneath it and like kind of stab upwards with my
All right.
sword.
So you can roll with advantage.
Oh well, I got a nat 20, so
Nice.
Wonderful.
And then that is 13 damage.
13 damage. All right. You drive your sword into its chest, and you feel it like you're breaking through bone and sinew, and all of a sudden, it shatters into 1,000 bits of colored glass that rain down on everybody in the room. So everybody except for East Boreal takes an additional 5 damage. And Gavos lands and sort of slips around on the broken glass that's on the floor and cuts up his feet a little bit. He's not wearing shoes. He's like Swell.
Why is he wearing shoes?
Swell's wearing shoes. He's wearing boots.
Oh, okay.
This guy's just a dirtbag.
He's a surfy
Well, he was
dirtbag.
just He was climbing a tree.
I guess so.
All right. So your stun wears off, and Zip and Swell, or sorry, Bug and Swell, you are back to being yourselves again. After the shattering, there is a part of the base of the golden circle at the bottom of the birdcage slides across, and you see there's now a piece of information there. And I'm going to paste in something for you guys. So there are a bunch of tiles, and there's a message. Oh, I don't know why it's so large.
Creepy.
I'm gonna have to resize that. I thought it was the right size. Let me double check this here. Yeah, so there is a message for you guys that says, you know what? Role play for a second about how the battle just went before you examine the wall. and I will get you guys.
I'm gonna make fun of the 1T guy for not wearing shoes. I'm just gonna lambast him. Be like, what kind of fool comes into a dungeon, doesn't even wear shoes? Look at your stupid mincemeat feet. What an idiot. This is like adventuring 101. Like, get a pair of boots.
Listen, she grows on you. Honestly, it's charming after a while.
Like a cankle sole or a fungus, I would say.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Do you like hurting?
No, I mean, it looks like you got worse than I got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, should we heal ourselves before?
Sit down and take a bit of a breather?
Yeah. Let's take the glass out of our skin.
Out of our toes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty beat up. Maybe I need to. It's like if we do like a short rest, do we gain like HP?
You can use your hit dice.
And I can also play a short tune that would help anyone who uses a hit die heal some more.
Okay. Yeah, I think I need some healing. I have just hanging on with a little bit.
Really? Oh, are you bloody?
It's
But Isperus comes over to Bug and is like, "Oh, you look awful," and he starts to pick out shards of glass.
Oh, thank you.
Like a reverse monkey situation.
Yeah.
I'll take a look in Boxy and see if there's like a broom and maybe try and sweep up some of the broken glass.
Yeah, there's
Sally No Shoes over there doesn't get any more to feet.
If we're taking a short rest, I'm gonna go ahead and use Song of Rest.
All right. You can start doing Song of Rest. The Yuan Ti does not seem interested in resting, though. He goes over to the wall and starts seeing what's going on with this. There is a riddle that says the connections we make are what lift us up. And there are a bunch of tiles here. The first image is of a bird, and the last image is of the bird in flight. But all the other spaces are empty, and there are these tiles that you can take and place, and looks like they will fit into those spots.
I guess first before I do that, I'm gonna take out a mirror and start checking myself out and making sure nothing's out of place. Taking out Mevo's mirror, I should say specifically.
I will say to the guy, listen, just sit down. Your arm's all tired. You can't be running around a dungeon like this with the lactic acid building up in your muscles. You're gonna try and do what you did just now, and you're gonna fail. And it's just sit down, have a rest for a bit, and we'll get back on the road together.
I had the penultimate death blow on that thing. I know what I'm doing.
No, you didn't. I did.
No, you had the death blow. I had the penultimate death blow. You don't even know what that means. Okay. Great.
Yeah, I know it means that you didn't destroy it, but I did.
Yep.
Glass
I guess
feet.
they could get on top of it, yeah.
I'm going to go take a crack at this. Okay. He cracks his knuckles out in the front. He's studying it.
He's not even going to let us have a short rest?
He's in it to win it looks like.
The edge. You know, I have some rope. Could tie him up.
Let's jump in while he's looking at the puzzle.
I can hear you.
I said, Boxy.
I'm definitely not trying to like.
Do you have a canvas bag in there?
By the way, the broom that Boxy popped out, and for those who are joining us for the first time, Boxy is a sentient box that travels with Bug. As you can see beside him, there's a little picture beside Boya. And it's like a portable hole that just has a whole bunch of helpful things inside of it. And Boxy pops out like, broken down broom, missing a lot of bristles, but, something may have been discarded in an alleyway at some point.
I'm just kind of drawing what I think goes where. but I'm not going to share it with what's his face.
Okay.
I'll go over to the puzzle too after I finish sweeping up.
Is the puzzle just on the wall?
Yeah.
Definitely like song and then violin. And from there, I'm not.
Hmm.
It could be bone because that's like bone and sinew. Aren't they?
No, but the
The string.
string.
The string.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was
And then the
thinking
cat.
too.
So it would be
Oh,
Well, I don't think we're saying this next to him, are we? Or in
Well, you guys are
whispering this to
talking,
each
so
other?
I assume you're talking out loud because he's beside the puzzle.
it's fine. At this point, we're all working on this together.
Well, some of us are, and I will say that out loud. And see if he says anything.
Okay, so what's after the cat?
The dog. It's got to be the dog, right?
Okay, then the bone, and then the skeleton, and then
the key, and then the treasure, and then the rainbow.
Because
and
it's
then
the gold. And then the rainbow comes from the gold.
yeah,
Yeah.
So he starts placing some of them in.
and then the sky.
I see the skies on the top.
Makes sense. Okay, let's do that.
Zip, push him out of the way.
I'm gonna push him out of the way.
He does not want to be pushed out of the way, so make a strength athletics check.
All right. 24.
All right, you push him out of the way, no problem. Oh, totally undertow. Where'd you meet these bunch of sunnies?
They're all apprentices to. They're like me. You know, they got the powers and whatnot.
They got a lot to prove, it looks like.
I've traveled with them for a little while now, and they've proven themselves.
Zip, you push in the last one, and all of you start to feel very light. You start to feel yourselves floating up off of the ground. Slowly, gently, you all begin to ascend. The top of the birdcage opens up like that.
Can I
You guys.
grab Bug and do a quick cure wounds on him? Since it looks like we're not getting rest.
Sure.
Okay.
You keep floating up, and you can see there's a big white cloud over you guys, right over the middle of the tree. And you ascend through the cloud like it was fog. And then you get to a room, a hemispherical room. And you can see that there's a suit of armor and a sarcophagus. And I'll describe that a little better in a second. And suddenly the spell stops and you drop. And you land on the cloud, but this time it's like sponge underneath your feet and you sort of bounce. And you can stay in this room. The figure you see before you is a ghostly figure of wind wearing a storm-themed breastplate and pauldrons, a mace at its side, carrying a shield that looks like it was made from a stained glass window with a snowflake pattern framing blues and gray glass. It has wings that come out the back, ghostly wings made up of stained glass as well that look like aaracokra wings. And it speaks in a voice. It says, Kruva Sky Splitter was born here during a thunderstorm. Always felt the turmoil calling her beyond the sea tree's calm oasis. When she was old enough to swing a sword, she flew off and took up a rusty blade to find adventure in a castle dungeon. She fought a wizard's monstrous guardians to retrieve the storm that he had captured in a magical sphere. The wizard offered to share the storm's power with Kruva and teach her to be self-sufficient and not need Sunder's help. If you were in Kruva's position, what would you have done?
well. And Boya, Bug takes 7 points of healing.
Okay, thank you. What can you repeat what the?
You can make an intelligence check.
It was a lot of information to take in.
Intelligence is was a 2.
You're like, she was born during a thunderstorm. She was doing something in a castle, and then I don't remember the rest.
Can Burial try to remember it and repeat it back verbatim?
Sure.
Sounds like storytelling mode activate. Can I use anything for that? Besides just intelligence? Int performance, maybe?
I think it would just be straight intelligence or history.
Oh, natural 20.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, you remember it all. You remember it like it was a story you've heard before.
I repeat it back, but at first I go, but the way you told it was so boring. So, and he says it with more emphasis and drama. And makes with using minor illusion, he makes little to represent the storm sounds and little images of what happened. So.
Wow, that's a great story.
But yeah,
so what
basically there was a wizard who had trapped some of Storm's energy in a magical sphere, and the wizard offered to share that magic and teach her how to tap into that magic and not need a god to channel that power, to be able to do it yourself. What would you do if you were in Kruva's shoes? She's wearing shoes.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what to do.
I'm confused. Is Kruva, was she not a paladin of Sunder?
Yeah. So she was going to get the storm back, and he made the offer, give up your god and learn to do it yourself. What would you have done if you were there? What choice would you have made?
Oh, I would have set the storm free. I would have let it go. Can't contain a storm, man. That's like tying up a bird's wings.
It's like trying to hold down the sun.
Okay.
From your answer, there's a gentle snow starts to fall in the room from the clouds. The figure continues. After unleashing the storm on the wizard, Kruva traveled to the queendom of Joden. A stone giant was organizing the people of her village to rout a red dragon who had been devouring their countryside. Kruva was proud, but Joden had rules. There your caste is set at birth. Hill giants are farmers and hunters. Fire giants are smiths and builders. Stone giants are artists and chroniclers. Not organizers, not leaders, like the storm giants are. To make up for breaking the rules and helping an insurrection, Kruva was asked by the storm giants to slay the stone giant to set an example for those who would work outside the established order. What would you have done if you were Kruva?
Flashbacks to Ultima. The beginning of Ultima.
We can't slay the stone giants. Though.
No, sorry, I'm having a hard time understanding exactly what they're saying and what they're doing. So she traveled to this land and helped an insurrection? This is Matt asking.
So she went to, I'll repeat it again, but without the funny voice. She traveled to the queendom of Joden after unleashing the storm. A stone giant was organizing the people of her village to rout a red dragon who had been devouring their countryside. Kruva was proud, but Jodin has rules. There your caste is set at birth. Hill giants are farmers and hunters. Fire giants are smiths and builders. Stone giants are artists and chroniclers. They are not leaders. The storm giants are the rulers. So to make up for breaking the rules and to helping an insurrection, Kruva was asked by the storm giants to slay the stone giant to set an example of those who would work outside the established order. What would you have done if you were Kruva and you had been given such an ultimatum?
Right. I mean, I would have refused, but that's just me.
Loondariel snorts and says, and why should storm giants laws apply to whatever sort of person, to a paladin of Sunder? Sunder is not a storm giant. His laws are not storm giant laws, as far as I know.
Yeah, and part of being a worshipper of Sunder is like, storms are chaotic, so I don't think. I mean,
what would you have done?
Look around at everyone, and I would have declined the invitation to kill someone for them.
Oh, this is the sort of situation for which middle fingers are made for.
I would have killed both of them.
Reason, just like
It was starting to gently do snow, and then after Zip says that, there's a crack of electricity in the room.
No, we would not have killed anyone. No.
Kruva fled the. I'm going to try and read in a less hard to understand voice. Kruva fled the.
Actually, it does say quickly. It probably would have helped the stone giants escape. Actually, find a place far away from this caste system.
Kruva fled the queendom rather than hurt those who were only trying to help, or help those who kept a tyrannical order. In the Bloodroot Covenant, she found a tribe of Tabaxi who were preying on the nearby merfolk. She brought Sunder's storm and slew the hunters. What would you do with the Tabaxi children that were left after the battle?
Raise them as if they were my own.
A whole village, dude? Whoa.
Yeah.
It's at least you can do.
Possible be
You're
fun.
entitled yourself. This is what ultimate money was made for. Throw some money at this problem.
That will be my friends and children at the same time.
You'd help them. You wouldn't just leave them to die. They're only kids. They don't know any better.
Yeah, but how would you help them, man?
Make an orphanage? Build an orphanage.
I suppose you could always, start building a little training camp and have a little loyal army of Tabaxi children and warriors.
Child soldier. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, I would enlist them as child soldiers.
And not give them fish, You know that saying? So, yeah, so teach them how to fend for themselves.
Oh. And if there's another Tabaxi village nearby, you could take them there.
To take over.
There's so many things you could do.
Which one would you pick?
Raise them as my own.
I guess it's up to whoever shouts loudest.
The gentle snow that's forming in the room again. After Kruva relocated the children, she went to the Tririme, and she learned to embrace the ice storms. She had found a home with the cozy communities with stained glass windows. One day a storm came that was so bad it destroyed her village. Was this Sunder's will? A test? A rebuke? What would you have done next?
Rebuild. I mean, what else is this to do? You get knocked down, you get up again.
Yeah, let's rebuild is good.
You build it
totally.
again, but
Rebuild.
build it stronger.
Yeah.
Get the Tabaxi children to help me rebuild.
My loyal army of Tabaxi younglings.
I would yell at a cloud.
Rebuild
Oh,
and
yeah, the
attack. Attack the thunder person.
Your own
No,
god? Your own god?
Yeah.
We would rebuild it, but build it stronger.
So there's snow falling, but that like after Bug's latest suggestion, like there's more lightning that happens in the room.
Listen,
different
Swell,
types of-
if you want to say the right thing, you're going to have to be real quick and real loud.
I'm trying. It's really hard to think with so much yelling, and I'm doing my best.
There's two different types of storms. You don't know which one's the good kind. The voice continues. Kruva helped rebuild the community out of ice and stone. The bones were stronger, and it was a good thing, as a coven of hags had moved in and tried to prey on the people. Kruva slew the witches and discovered they had a magic artifact that belonged to the elves of the Basilic Kingdom. It could help keep the village safe, but it did not belong to them. What would you have done?
Keep it, obviously.
Finders
those
keepers.
keepers is not.
I would have left it with the village.
It's your village, though.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teach them how to use it.
Yeah.
With gentle snow falling. Kruva kept the artifact to keep her new home safe, but when the elves of the Basilic Kingdom came to take it back, they slew the Paladin of Sunder and tore the artifact from its new home. Perhaps you will have better luck protecting the innocent. At which point, the wind inside of the armor disappears and it falls to the ground, as does the mace and the shield.
Sick. Pick up the mace straight away.
Okay.
Oh, man, I wanted the mace.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can chuck it to you. I'll pick up the shield.
Make an initiative check because he's your buddy's grabbing for the shield.
Oh man,
I
this
got a
guy.
4.
Got an 8.
Okay, he snatches up the shield while you're tossing the warhammer, or not the warhammer, the morning star.
Come on,
Is it-
man. Don't be
Yeah.
such a downer.
Hey, I helped get up here.
Did you?
I got it. Yeah.
I just remember you getting glass in your feet.
One
Uh,
hit. This is
Can
mostly
we
us.
wrestle? Can we wrestle him?
Yep, my one hit was worth a lot of your witty comebacks to the bird.
Yeah, well,
I
my
didn't
one
s-
hit is going to be worth that entire shield, and I'm going to hit him with the warhammer, mace, whatever it is.
Okay. Roll
Oh,
the hit. Roll the hit.
I got
Ball's
a
gonna-
24.
Okay, you hit. Give me some damage.
Oh, dang it. Dang it. Oh my god. 5 damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Ow. Hey. Call her
Guys.
off, man.
this guy, he's okay. He's fine. You don't need to hit him.
Yeah, but this is your shield.
It's not.
No.
It's not anyone's shield.
Sunder sent us here for a reason.
I think if we're going to be splitting up the, I would have gotten you had one hit. But if we're going to be splitting this up, it should be split fairly, and that shield is felt to not a part of this. Is there not some gold or something else around here? And he starts to look around the room, see if there's any other like minor.
Only thing
treasures.
left is the wooden sarcophagus.
Wait, wasn't there armor as well?
Yes, there's a breastplate with pauldrons, which are the big things that go over the shoulders.
So is that plate? Could I roll
Yeah.
some sort of check to see if I can know what it is?
It
Before.
would function as a breastplate armor,
Okay.
which is medium armor. Just the pauldrons make it look cooler.
The pauldrons
By the way-
look like storm clouds.
I have
Like-
not drawn what this looks like. I was thinking about drawing this character, and I thought, well, if you guys take the armor or shield or weapon and then use it, you guys have to decide how you want to draw it. So it's storm related, but is it ice storm or thunderstorm or whatever? Like, you guys get to decide. Whoever ends up with it.
Well, look, you want the shield? Is that what you want?
I want something. I just saw you were grabbing for stuff, so I started grabbing for stuff too. If you started talking it over, I would start talking it over, but you started grabbing.
I just got excited because there was some cool stuff. I thought we'd look at it and check it out together and decide. But like, yeah.
And then you said
shield,
you
man.
want the Morning Star here. Have the Morning Star. There was no. Let's talk it over. So if you want to keep talking, we can keep talking.
We're just gonna go check out the sarcophagus. See
Okay.
if there's any obvious traps or stuff before he tries to open it.
Okay. Make a check.
Well, I don't know why you keep saying this
Investigation.
guy is cool. This guy's a jerk.
Because he's under.
19.
He's got directions from his boss, and that guy is a total loser.
Yeah, he is a bit of a jerk, but like, he knows a lot more about Sunder than I do. And he's the one who passed along the message.
Why didn't he come here himself then?
I guess he's already proven himself.
Maybe
He's a-
he's
he's-
too scared.
He's a high Tempest.
Okay, so here's the thing. You know that guy doesn't like me, right? Like, he doesn't like me at all because I've got these gifts.
Yeah, he doesn't like gifted people, I know.
Yeah. So how's he going to react when you get back and say, oh yeah, Swell was there and he like was with these 3 other gifted and they helped me get to the top?
He's gonna be like, well, did you bring something back? And if I be like, yeah, I got like this bag of acorns. He's
I
gonna
mean, we can find you a bag of acorns.
yeah, I don't
But
think
they
he's
were
gonna be
magical
cool with that.
Magical
that's true.
acorns that took you on a
But-
trip to the land of the giants.
You know what is cool though? I pull out my happy face wand, this magic wand that makes you smile. Have you seen this?
No, what's that?
It's a extremely rare artifact. You know, if it can make anyone smile and laugh, and that's, you know, happiness is the most important thing.
You know, making somebody smile doesn't mean they're actually happy. What's inside can be hidden by a smile.
Oh, I'm gonna hit this guy again.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I see you winding up. I was like,
No, but there are studies where if you smile every day, even if you don't mean it, you become happier. I heard on the street. I read in a newspaper.
Well, the guy I'm going to bring this back to certainly could use some smiles, but he's certainly not going to appreciate some smiles.
You know, if he's mad at you, then you can use the wand to make him smile. He won't be mad at you anymore.
East Boreal, you have found no traps now. You've gone around the whole outside of it, and it looks pretty clean. You don't see any magic traps. You don't see any physical traps.
Box? Can I just push open the lid?
It looks like it might be a little bit heavy or like hard to take it off, but yeah, you can wiggle it off.
I say, Zip, can you be a deal and push this open? There might be some more things in here.
All right, but I'm gonna say, well, pick up that armor before Jerkface here takes it back to his
I think
Jerkface
I've been
box.
waiting for an opportunity to say I've picked it up and put it in Boxy, but
Okay.
but there was nothing.
And then I'm gonna give him another one of these while I go and help East Boreal.
I picked it up and I'm like, Boxy, do you mind? And then I'm just straight inside.
Okay.
Also, how did Boxy get up here?
Floated,
Boxy floated?
same as you guys.
the what's it called? The insect, the dragonfly?
Oh yeah,
Guy?
the dragonfly flew him up like with
Okay.
Bug. I assume that he picked him up at the same time. You guys
I
kind of
thought
package deal.
Boxy had floated up by itself, and I was like, okay, new powers activated.
New power.
Skill.
He's leveled up too.
Yeah.
All right, I'll help East Boreal open the sarcophagus.
All right. It's not too hard. It's a little bit awkward because of the way the wood is warped because of the moisture, but you managed to pop it off, and inside you see the remains of an aaracokra, and you see that it has some jewelry on it. And that's all you see from immediately looking inside. It's, bones basically is all that's left.
I'm going to continue to be paranoid and do another quick check. Make sure there's nothing on the skeleton itself before I start to slip the stuff off.
Is that investigation you want to do?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
That was much worse. That was a 5.
A 5. Yeah, no, you just see the shiny. Like you're looking for a trap, and then you look over at there's a necklace. You're like, oh, that's a nice necklace. And then you're like, oh, that's a nice ring. And you don't notice if there's any other things going on.
I'd reach in and start to pull them off. I
All
try
right.
not to disturb the bones too much, but
Okay. You pull out a very nice looking necklace that is the decoration of like snowflakes forming a chain. And then there's a ring with an onyx gem in it, and a belt buckle that has survived. And the belt buckle has a motif of it's like a spider web, but also a snowflake at the same time. Very typical drow stuff, looks like. It's probably the people that she spent time with when she was up in the north in the trireme.
Okay. Well, is that it then? Swell, did you want the armor or the shield? Maybe you can, if you want to trade with your friend.
He's not gonna. He's just gonna shrug and not worry about it. Probably when everyone's starting to loot the tomb, just kind of look around. Is there anything else about the place, or is it just the sarcophagus and the?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Uh, 14.
14. So you're looking around the room, and the only thing else that you notice is that there seems to be an eddy, like a circular pattern of wind in a particular part of the floor over in the corner. And your gut tells you if you stand on it, you probably will descend.
Okay.
so convenient when the dungeon has a quick short escape route back to the entrance.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
Skyrim dungeon
Yeah.
design. You need,
Button
yeah.
that you push. Yeah.
And then it's like, there's the entrance. Oh man, okay.
These dungeons are designed for adventurers to test themselves. It isn't designed to like keep somebody inside who's walking around. Everything you meet inside is like, a summoned creature that isn't quite real. They're not torturing people to have them in here. It either has its own ecosystem or, these places are supposed to be, places that you can get out of. Once you've
Esmeralda looks
proven
at the
yourself.
stuff that he's collected and then looks at the shield and says, actually, that does seem fair. If you take that compared to everything else. For what you've done, your payment for your services to us. He says
All right.
very
Yeah, I mean,
loftily.
And I totally got that riddle. I mean, if there was,
Like a second before someone else did. Let's not think too highly of yourself here.
yeah, I'm okay with it. Like, he climbed all this way, we got it right, so you can get something. Like, if you want, like the armor or like the shield.
No. Maybe the shield.
Yeah.
We've already taken the armor. So.
He let us have our first pick, so.
I'm gonna go over to Swell and give him back the mace.
I'll say no. You hold on to it.
No, it's your god. I don't need this weird thunder thing. I already hit pretty hard. Maybe I'll take that.
Gotta give other people a chance to live up to me.
Yeah, the armor might come in handy for you, I think.
What does the armor have any special properties? Is it like magical?
it's not labeled magical, but you did find it in a tomb, so it's either there's a good chance it could be magical. You guys would need to do some sort of Arcana check or spend an hour with it to try and attune to it to try and learn what it does. So if you guys want to say that you take a rest up here or something, then I can give you some more information.
Yeah, I mean, it's as good as... do we have a pretty good view up here?
You can't really see anything from here because like it's all cloudy.
Probably would kind of be like, let's just return to... This seems like a job well done. Can wash our hands of this place and go back to the ship and continue onward.
All right, let's get out of here.
Now, how to do? And he looks around and presumably someone points the way out.
Yeah. Your buddy here, the Wanty, spies the way out too and says, all right, well, it was good seeing you, Swell. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened with your mentor, but I hope she's safe. You said she was gone. I don't know where she's gone, but I hope you find her again.
Just maybe don't tell anyone that. Unless did Rumblesong already know?
He hasn't mentioned you, man.
Well, yeah, just keep it to yourself. Don't tell him that you saw that. Maybe don't even mention that you saw me at all. Maybe it was just already partially plundered when he got here. I don't know.
You know, I won't tell him about your mentor, but I mean, I kind of have to tell him all about my journey. That's part of the journey, is to tell the story. So I don't need to tell him the little details. Maybe I don't have to say who it was. I'll say there was somebody who was here at the same time. That's why I don't have everything.
And then I'll step on the plate. Does it take everyone down, or just is it like one at a time?
One at a time. You step on it and you start floating down at an incredible speed. Not really floating, like just being sucked down. And you stop just inside the bird cage, and the last second you just gently float to the ground.
Swells like just rigid, even for a few seconds after he stops moving. And then he's like, okay. We have to climb down from here as well.
Bless you.
Swell, are you okay?
I'm good. As I call up to the clown.
It's pretty far away. The Wantigon is next. He doesn't want to be stuck up here with Zip.
Wise choice.
Anybody else?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna head down.
Same thing for all of you. You have a plan to get down to the bottom? You guys gonna rest up before you do?
Do we have
I
like a
guess we'll
whistle
die.
for the bug guy?
Yeah. Is the bug guy already waiting for us by the door, perhaps?
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. We'll go with that. And he flies you down one by one to the boat, and you're able to sail away.
Okay.
We're
And
going to wrap it up there tonight. I'll tell you all about your magic items another time when we're off stream. But thanks for everyone for joining us tonight. We usually play about an hour and a half to a 2-hour game, and we call it a night, and tonight is no different. If you joined us for TCAF, thank you very much. I hope you check out some of the other programming that's going on. There are lots of wonderful books on order, and if you buy a bunch, you can save on shipping. Go check them out, torontocomics.com. Anybody else do you guys want to give us a favorite moment from the night or a favorite drawing?
Combo of pulling down the bird and killing it with a natural 20 from below was really cool.
Yeah, that was great. That was good timing.
I do.
Definitely making it into the song of Esporial and the Teen Titans Slayers.
Me? I like that the Wanti guy wasn't wearing shoes. That was my favorite part.
I like the drawing of the glass in his feet.
I like the Big Bird drawing. the big penguins
Is it talking to Big Bird?
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, and the inside of the bird cage drawing was really cool, right?
Thanks. Yeah, had a fun time. I hope you all did as well. May all the marks you make be magical, and have a good evening. If you want to check us out, we do this regularly on Tuesday nights. You can check out our archive on YouTube. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.